Thank you very much, first of all, for giving such a kind introduction and giving my name as a founder of this amazing uh, platform Spiritual Doctor of Holistic Health. इसमें बस इतनी बात है, मैं हमेशा मानता हूँ जो अच्छी चीजें होती है, कोई भी चीज होती है, वो आपके दिमाग में आती है लेकिन डिवाइनली आती है। कहीं ना कहीं वो कोई पावर है, कोई एनर्जी है जो आपसे कुछ काम करवाती है, आप सिर्फ उसके पात्र बनते हो, माध्यम बनते हो। तो यस, हमने स्टार्ट किया, लेकिन स्टार्ट कराने वाला वही है, क्योंकि हम सिर्फ माध्यम है। और जब माध्यम बन जाते हैं तो चीजें बहुत इजी हो जाती है और हम कैरी फॉरवर्ड नहीं करते हैं और अटैचमेंट नहीं होती है। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच। सो कैन यू स्टार्ट, डॉक्टर रंजन?
यस,
तो ये आज का सेशन स्टार्ट करने से पहले मैं चाहता हूँ, हम लोग हमेशा जब भी कोई अच्छी चीज स्टार्ट करते हैं तो ओम से स्टार्ट करते हैं, जहाँ कुछ मेडिटेशन स्टार्ट करते हैं, जहाँ हम उसका नाम लेके स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो मैं 3 बार ओम का उच्चारण करूंगा और आप जहां भी बैठे हैं आंख बंद करके अपने यहाँ पे ओम का उच्चारण करेंगे, ताकि आप सेंट्रलाइज्ड हो जाएं और उसके बाद हम सेशन को ग्रहण कर सकें, क्योंकि आज का सेशन बहुत अमेजिंग होने वाला है। सो आंखें बंद करते हैं, एक लंबी गहरी सांस अंदर और पूर्णतः जाने दें। एक और लंबी गहरी सांस अंदर और लंग्स को पूरा खाली कर दे और ओम के लिए सांस भरेंगे। जब भी चाहे आप अपना समय लेते हुए आंखें खोल सकते हैं। So friends, what is sound healing? What is sound? So one of the most important thing is, what is sound healing means whichever sound heals us. And right now we have just chanted the Om. That is also a sound. That is also a vibration. So whatever vibration and sound heals us is known as sound healing. The sound healing word is a misnomer. Why? Because it's not per se sound which heals us. It's vibrations which our body can experience. Only our ears can listen the sound. Even I am a sound healer. I have gone deep into the research and other things. Even persons who are deaf, they can also experience the sound healing. What does this mean? That sound is not just sound. It's a vibration which heals us. That's why sound healing or vibration healing, we can say that, or we can say the sound vibrational healing is the right term, which heals us, which cures us. So what do you mean by healing? Sound is clear. That is a vibration medicine, vibrations which heals us. So what is the healing? Healing doesn't mean that healing of the wound only, or healing is external traumas only. Healing means whatever the things are there. That can be psychological also, that can be physical also, that can be physiological also. When these all things are healed, cured, when we as a human being function 100%ly, that is known as healing. I have named few things: psychological, physical, and emotional healing. So because everything is connected, right now scientists are of the opinion that near about 95% of diseases are psychosomatic diseases. What does it mean by psychosomatic? That whatever diseases are there, That can be diabetes, that can be hypertension, that can be autoimmune diseases. They are the psychosomatic disease. Means they start in our brain. They start in our emotions. Then our body manifests that. And if we go deep into that before starting my PPT, that we all have studied and know because at different times that we are of five koshas. Right now, we will discuss the five koshas. Sound works on every kosha, and I call sound as a quantum healing. What does the quantum healing means? क्वांटम हीलिंग मीन्स मतलब आपको थोड़ा समझाऊं, अंग्रेजों ने क्या किया, जो हमारा हल्दी होती है उसका नया नाम दिया है क्वांटम मेडिसिन। मतलब हम सालों से हजारों सालों से यूज कर रहे हैं, लेकिन इंग्लिश पीपल हैव गिवन द नेम इन द रिसेंट टाइम आफ्टर कोरोना क्वांटम मेडिसिन। टर्मरिक इज ए क्वांटम मेडिसिन। मीन्स व्हाट दे से दैट medicine knows where to work. It's not the targeted thing. Medicine itself decides where healing is needed. Directly, it will approach there. Similar way, the sound healing is also a quantum healing. Sound knows where to heal, what to heal, and how to heal. That how this healing happens. Five koshas. Just remember the five koshas. We will talk about the energy body and a physical body. हमारा जो स्थूल शरीर है और जो हमारा एनर्जी बॉडी है, जो हमारी डिजीज है, वो सिर्फ पहले शरीर में नहीं आती है। आप एक तरह से ऐसे इमेजिन कीजिए, जैसे मेरी ये फिजिकल बॉडी है, राइट? यहाँ पे मेरा हार्ट है, इस जगह मेरा लिवर है, इस जगह मेरी स्प्लीन है, या इस जगह मेरी किडनीज है, पीछे किडनीज है। वैसे ही हमारी बॉडी के अंदर एक एनर्जी बॉडी है। वैसे एनर्जी बॉडी के अंदर, जिसको बहुत सारे लोग अलग अलग नाम से देते हैं, ऑरा बोलते हैं, एनर्जी बॉडी को ची भी बोलते हैं, अलग अलग कल्चर जो है उसको अलग अलग नाम से बात करते हैं। तो उसी एनर्जी बॉडी के अंदर यहाँ पे एक लिवर है, यहाँ पे एक स्प्लीन है, यहाँ पे एक हार्ट है। तो एनर्जी बॉडी का उसका साइज डिफरेंट हो सकता है। So when some trauma happens, because of some emotions, because of some food, because of some chemicals, because of some environment factors can be various. That first of all, disease comes in our energy body. It doesn't manifest because हम लोग डॉक्टर्स हैं। हम डिजीज को डिजीज कब बोलते हैं? जब वो लैब टेस्ट के अंदर आ जाती है। किसी इंसान को डेंगू कब होगा? जब उसके एंटीजन जो ब्लड के अंदर आ जाएगा। किसी इंसान को डायबिटीज कब होगा? जब उसका HbA1c इतना होगा, उसका फास्टिंग ब्लड शुगर इतना होगा, तब हम बोलेंगे उसको वो डायबिटीज हो गया। हाइपरटेंशन किसको बोलेंगे? किसी इंसान का 120 से ऊपर जो है सिस्टोलिक प्रेशर हो जाए, तो उसको हम लोग हाइपरटेंशन या ब्लड प्रेशर बोल देते हैं। दैट इज व्हेन मैनिफेस्टेशन अकर, बट अ डिजीज डज नॉट अकर इन ए सिंगल डे। Every disease takes some time from 5 to 10 years, be it cancer, be it diabetes, be it hypertension, be it autoimmune disease also, be it skin diseases also. Any disease, name any disease. So just imagine there is a scale from 0 to 10. When a disease is there, something is there. So disease is there, but it's not manifesting. And it's going to 3 because same emotions are happening, same vibrations are happening. So the disease is there, but it's not manifesting. So let's take an example of diabetes. The diabetes, the precursors for diabetes are there. The stress hormone changes, the cell resistance is changing, but it's not manifesting in the fasting blood sugar. It's not changing our HbA1c and other factors. Up to 9, our body maintains the equilibrium. God has made a wonderful thing. No person, no scientist, no lab can make this kind of the instrument that God has made. No one can make this. It maintains the equilibrium. हमारी बॉडी में कुछ भी होता है, उसको रेजिस्ट करते हैं, उसको इक्विलिब्रियम लेके आते हैं। कुछ चेंजेस आते हैं, उसको इक्विलिब्रियम लेके आते हैं, उसको ठीक करने की कोशिश करती है। बॉडी अपने आप हील करने की कोशिश करती है। Up to 9, body tries to heal itself. But up to 9, when benchmark happens and it's 10, then disease manifests. That is a point when the lab test changes, when the other thing changes, and you can feel the changes in your body. जो मैंने बोला, जब 3 पे होता है, 4 पे होता है, 5 पे होता है, उस समय हमें नहीं पता चलता है। माइन्यूट सिम्टम्स होते हैं, माइन्यूट बहुत सारे इंडिकेटर्स होते हैं, लेकिन बीइंग अनकॉन्शियस बीइंग्स, we miss those all indicators. We miss all those indicators. So how sound works? How sound works on the body to heal the diseases, and how sound is the quantum healing mechanisms. First, let me tell you, sound is also a vibration, and our cells our organs, our tissue have the normal vibrations. They have the normal vibration. But because of certain chemical factors, environment factors, or the emotions factors, when those vibration changes, that is known as disease. We all remember from a 10th education or engineering education or in the medical college also, or it was a basic experiment during our 10th also, that when we play the tuning fork of 100 hertz, and the other tuning forks when come close to that, that also start vibrating at the 100 hertz. That means resonance. Similar way, when a sound vibrations, sound healings come close to our body, energy body, our cells also start vibrating on that frequency, and that is a normal frequency. And by that thing, that healing in the cells, in the tissues, in the body starts happening, and the diseases start reversing itself. So let me basically I have prepared some PPT. I will use that PPT. The structure of the today's session will be like this. And after that, if you have any question, anything you want to ask from me, in the end, you can ask, right? Let me share the screen. Dr. Ranjan, screen is visible
Yes, sound healing, science and spirituality.
and full screen is visible, right? Great. So let me. So this is not a something new phenomenon that we are talking about sound healing, anything else. It's in the civilization from the beginning. Like Egyptian called it at shishis, and for them the meaning of shish is the vibrations and the healing also. Same thing for the vibration. Deep है, घर का नाम अलग होगा, आपका नाम अलग होगा, ये वो हर जगह पे रहेगी, उसका नाम अलग अलग हो सकता है. So this thing in very depth that something like universal. The things which are universal, that means that is some who are separated from geography and historically they were separated by the cultures are talking the same thing, and the Harappans are talking the same thing. That means that things are similar. Also emerge as the embodiment of in the concept of the harmony and balance. These conduits of the equilibrium. Similar is known as the Kansya Patra. Vessel means the donations, the things which we can take. Civilization, it was known as translated into a sound, and it took resonate with the. So basically, in India, we of singing bowls from the Buddhist time, from the 6th century, used these bowls for the food. They was using a multi-purpose also. How out in the public? Basically, thing is that we are basically any for certain things they were closed. They were so in the beginning of the 20th century, many monasteries, different places, they live, we can say that in the monasteries, they studied. They rooms where they were using the sounds, where they were meditation, they was using the singing bowl for the healing also, complicated disease like the autoimmune disease, you can say cancer also. Of the sound healing is way back. Even Pythagoras is also known as the, he come to know about the when the blacksmiths were that he experienced in his mind and in his emotions. Uh, mm, uh, Putting there, that was his geniusness that he has created a different and he is known as the then the question things all science was there because don't preserve our culture. I should say forget the things which are very simple, where the things which are very expressed which can be things and which is taught at many places. Say again the few Englishmen from USA like Sir Peter Gay Manners, they propagated the sound healing first singing bowl I am holding in my hand. They discovered the other sound healing also. So they experimented with the uh, tuning forks and other things also. Sound healing is such a vast subject there for reversal of diabetes, for PTSD, depression, and name anything that there are studies are there. So sound healing is not the modern sound healing. We should say in it was popularized all over the world. Previously, sound healers are very rare. They have learned bits. They doesn't know what is science, what is a history. The disease are reversed. Basic thing is science behind it. Everything has a science thing. Science, there is some most important three pillars of the stent is equal to the healing. That is the vocalization plus visualization is belief is equal to outcome. Frequency plus in sound healing and Sound is a vibration, so we can. And second thing we discuss about the is the intent. That thing that's frequencies are healing. He's sending his vibration and intent. So intent is the we want to go deep into intent. Dr. Emato's water pillars vibration are in the healing process. Japanese experiment and use a different words, send the different vibrations, vibration of compassion. He sent the vibration. You can see in this picture that beautiful mandala art of compassion. And he, so you can see that different patterns are different. So these patterns, these manifestation of the intent, then only healing happens. Otherwise, Dr. Emoto and his team has done the one more D and very uh, water. They just chanted and clear. That is so. Many person think that this is the intent. Does it complementary healing modalities also? Where doctor is giving the surgery, where doctor is giving wrong. That thing is missing. That is missing because these days some patient is coming, doctor is giving the prime concern of is most important thing. More definite placebo is that हम लोग सिंपली पेशेंट को शुगर मेडिसिन दोगे जैसे कि पेशेंट आया वो डिप्रेशन का मरीज है or treated many patients. 70 this medicine, this is a new placebo. The results were the same. Perceive and how our brain. The same thing is that in England, the doctor has a patient on the person who was there. So one set of and another set of the group was operation was done. So what was done? Just stitches were applied, and someone can type in the chat box. One group there were what was the difference? The difference was the if someone sees how someone's playing the gong, someone's any difference, it will not make. That is, if someone has some question, you can type the question. So how sound book, power versus force, alignment with the Hawkins scale, and guilt, fear, desire, and the top love, joy, and peace. Healthy thing. When vibrations are disease, let me explain the guilt of that. Might remain at that vibration. I can or some autoimmune disease, he will surely suffering from the dying cells because our emotions are and if someone is living in the gratitude, that's why people write the gratitude diary vibrations. Have you higher vibrations than the guilt? It will increase. It will. On the other hand, if we lost something, some self. That's why grief has a we increase the energy and with the intent, their vibration can rise. And with this, so outcome and the famous person, our belief system yourself. If you contrary that you are nothing, your disease never can be. Way, sometimes doctors say that blood is stopped. You have to take it for so first of all, healing, but the real healing. Whoever is watching now or who will watch later, whatever you believe and belief system, it will have a shift. In fact, we have already talked about this thing, study, knee surgery study. Then sound is a quantum. Now we all know that uh, made of cells and the proton is there, electron is there. You know that point zero is the matter, is the empty space. This empty space is the reality because everyone of many times we discuss can be transformed to each other. You can change to matter and matter can. In the previous slide, we have this is the energy level. This is another body पे नहीं जो 0.001% है जिसके अंदर एनर्जी है हमें belief system what you believe. What are the benefits of sound healing? Sound healing diseases main as the anxiety difficulties, sleep disorders. Sleep है जब साउंड हीलिंग दे रहे होते हैं ना तो मतलब सो ही नहीं सकते हैं या कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं हम रात को अगर बोलता हूँ ठीक है हम साउंड हीलिंग देते हैं तो मे बी यू मे कुछ चलता रहता है इतनी एंग्जाइटी रहती है इतने थॉट्स साउंड हीलिंग टू देम ड्यूरिंग द साउंड हीलिंग क्योंकि हमारी बॉडी हमारी जो फ्लेक्स कैसे होता है ब्रेन इसकी से आपको बताना चाहता हूँ इसका ट्रीटमेंट का मतलब क्या है हमारे ब्रेन के लगाते हैं डिफरेंट वेव गामा So lower than that means one. So at that time, stressed, at that time, the beta waves, their frequency. Can just imagine when brain is relaxing, the and it's relaxing, and that and waves are like this, very, very, very fast. It's where most of the vibrations that is sound healing is there with these things. You can listen that sound with that. Create the alpha state in the mind. So direct get lessened, alpha state, then body get relaxed. Automatically start as a psychological. So the cancers, I have seen that some cancers have that. I will just share. There was a patient who was coming from lung fibrosis, 62 years, and because when he was sleeping, see, even doctors उसको injection दे रहे थे पेन किलर के नींद के, तब भी उनको कुछ. She approached to us, हमने उनको sound healing दिया. Sound healing. She was sleeping. She was having less pain. Her decreased. Even after X-ray and has not increased. It has stopped. Uh, Now near about 5 years, I am doing deep research and creating and different protocols of sound healing with the thing and change in the life. When combined, it's a holistic kind of thing. And some person is coming, आप जाके सेम थॉट्स आने लगे, सेम माहौल में चले गए, लाइफस्टाइल है और साथ में हीलिंग. ये ऊपर एक हीलर को काम करना पड़ता है, वो रिजल्ट्स आते हैं. तो ब्रेन है वो पेन किलर्स जब हार्मोन्स है उस तरह के हार्मोन्स को रिड्यूस स्ट्रेस, fear, mood, cholesterol level, better and coronary artery disease, improved, well known, documented. The most effects are body and the sympathetic system. Sympathetic system, how sound healing creates a neuroplastic amygdala. So there are different sympathetic system. As we all sympathetic system is activated, most important thing, activates the parasympathetic system. Simple, there can be only one thing और पैरासिम्पैथेटिक एक्टिव कैन बी एक्टिवेटेड. सारे नहीं आ सकती, दोनों में से एक ही हो सकता है. आप बोलोगे भी एक्टिव कर लिया आपने, किसी भी ढंग से कर लिया, आप सकते हो जहाँ की चीजें को जानते हो, वॉकिंग से कर सकते हो, से कर सकते हो. तो बहुत सारे ऐसे तरीके हैं जिससे आप अपने पैरासिम्पैथेटिक सिस्टम. सो जब भी पैरासिम्पैथेटिक सिस्टम जो हीलिंग है वो ऑटोमेटिकली स्टार्ट्स मूविंग और वाइब्रेट. सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट हाउ शोन दिस विद द हेल्प ऑफ पिक्चर. The reduction of the stress and the release of the relaxing oxytocin and serotonin promotes body's self-healing mechanism are an improved immune function, cellular. This is thing. And the second thing, doctors in this group know that the amygdala, the researches has been done that is shrink creates different kind of the psychology. When the size of amygdala long term right now is are looking at the amygdala size. That important indicator for the well-being of the person, being also and the disease also. That's if not having a healthy and the right size of amygdala disease for a long time. That can be depression, that can be anxiety, that can be post about the philosophy of the sound healing. Like in a philosophy, there are the stage, Swapan state, and Shushupti. Similar way, famous psychologist, psychoanalysis. He one is equal to Jagras. When Swapan is there, we call it subconscious state, Freud calling state. And when there is a deep Shushupti, unconscious state, has not told us about the very part and the other state, which is Turiya state. What is Turiya state? You are deeply relaxed, very, very stage Freud never experienced. That's why he did not explain this during the sound healing. What is meanwhile you are conscious also, and DKR patients when are taking, and still they say that they're listening. This thing happened. Why? Because deeply relaxed, and still you are very conscious. Uh, Healing and practicing and the Reiki, Reiki masters who are doing the meditation from last जो स्टेट हमारे यहाँ पे साउंड हीलिंग में एक्सपीरियंस की, वो कभी कभी मेडिटेशन में एक्सपीरियंस होती है. दैट वाज हर. सो साउंड इज द साउंड ऑफ द यूनिवर्स. Similar way, sound, whatever sound is healing us, that's want to heal us. Important thing that universe should be having disease. We should be healed. And similar way, there are certain sounds of the universe divinely sent, which are healing in all of us. So, as time is having any question, you can unmute so that anyone can ask the question. You can ask the question whatever you are having. Experience in the end the sound healing with the singing bowls. Yes, Nirmal ji.
Question is that conscious sleep.
You can say delta. You can say delta state. Even
Sir, what
even
is the free?
even we use each use one instrument known as the heart math. Heart math instrument is a ear lobe, and that the reading is computer. You can see the vibration waves which are happens. Like in the when they start the sound healing, it's wiser than that. When the deeply sound, it breathing pattern changes and the C also changes. That is mainly alpha, and lower than that. That is we can say yes, Resh.
Sir, body actually, megahertz. Because if we hear that music, so generally, what is the frequency of our body, megahertz wise?
In the hearts, but you can't say that what is the frequency of the earth. Scientists for the sun, moon, and other things. Similar way, scientists are seeing the what is the frequency. There are different researches, different something between 7 to 8. The frequency of earth and body is nearly. Scientists have found that it's not weakened frequency. Our different cells have a different frequency. So no one has till date unanimous is having frequency in the research. Find that people are talking about different kind of things, but there is no that this is it.
You this question is as you talked about Om sound, so and many people must have observed there are Omkar sound on YouTube videos. So that's why I asked this specific.
So YouTube, you will find the different frequencies binaural beats. Binaural beat for consultation, binaural beat for the sleep, binaural for the healing, this thing, this thing, this thing. So in the west part of the with the putting the segment the things and observe the thing and study the things. So they have or the beats by the instruments so that those vibration can heal or work or sleep us. This meaning by the that binaural beats that just imagine that vibration or frequency of 110 hertz, another frequency 100 hertz on this ear. The difference is 10, known as the binaural beat. Will get entrained. So on YouTube, many things are there, but anybody entrained, that is perfectly all right. When someone is saying this beat is for the this thing, I that it is only not the vibration. When you put the intention with that, that intention goes there. So intention is one of on those YouTube videos. Maybe person who has recorded that video, he has put that in an intention, that sound, vibrations, and plus intention. These things. If we want that this frequency will work, something we should not go. And even the Europeans, mainly in the west part, they are obsessed with the chakra has this frequency, heart chakra has this frequency. So this is affecting, but nothing can be segmented because we have to see working on the one part only. Then we are working on the only one part. Again, डॉक्टर क्या देख रहे हैं ये लिवर डिजीज हुई क्यों है हमारी पूरी बॉडी का सिस्टम खराब हुआ लिवर ने उसको एक्सप्रेस किया
Right.
so
There is no
वही हमारी
specific
प्रॉब्लम है
frequency of body, no specific frequency of body as such.
मेजर किया बिटवीन 7 to 8 में बॉडी का बोलते हैं
Okay.
एक क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछो आंसर जस्ट इमेजिन वी ऑल ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आर डिफरेंट सुबह में कुछ और होगा शाम में कुछ और होगा हमारा रात में कुछ और होगा हमारा इमोशंस प्यार वाले होते थिंग्स कैन बी कांस्टेंट देयर इज डाइवर्स यस दीप जी
So we are multidimensional being.
यस करना चाहते हैं इसका इलाज इसका पिल डायबिटीज मेटफॉर्मिन हाइपरटेंशन ये नो आइडिया हम स्पिरिचुअल डॉक्टर पे डॉक्टर रंजन और मैं हमें होलिस्टिक बीइंग है हमें पूरा कब करेंगे तो कहीं और वो मैनिफेस्ट करेगा और हम सिर्फ केमिकल्स वी हैव टू वर्क ऑन मल्टी डिमेंशन आल्सो
Can we address reptilian different frequencies?
ये सेम क्वेश्चन है आपका address की जगह पे I will use the word heal. The yes, but answer is the same. That with this kind of frequencies, you can work on. I think the most important part is that it's a quantum healing, sound to heal. Let me explain with this one example. One of the client, the um, complaint of depression and anxiety, giving healing to her. When just after he of 35 years told that I am having pain in my stomach when the healing is happening. Teasing, there is certain kind of things we observe. So when the healing was more, so we stopped the session. Again, next time with a similar problem that I am having depression, we asked her that आपने पेट में फिर से पेन हुआ आपको? Dr. Ranjan, pain disturbance is coming. So when we asked that कुछ
No sound.
that I was mute. Ranjan, Dr. Ranjan कहाँ पर थे जहाँ पे मैं म्यूट हो गया था? That she was having pain. When sound healing was given to that lady, the next time when she came in between, there was no pain. But when sound healing started, again pain in her. I told her that to healing to her. So she told that just go to the doctor and do your ultrasound gynecologist also, the person or the medicine. The lady came after 1.5 months. She was diagnosed with the uterine initial stage, and she was not aware about things. But sound no, when we were giving the sound healing to her for the depression, but sound itself is going to the you tell her that she's feeling the pain. So if you say that the for there are two things we have discussed. Yes, there are frequencies which can help or treat or our reptilian brain and the neocortex. How sound healing works. How the healer should send the intentions. Alternative medicine doesn't work like this. Like a medicine, we have given the medicine intentions also. So yes, my dear friends, there are work on the brain, and the most important to heal the brain, heal the emotions, to relax and sleep is the brain. Dr. Anjan, any other question on their videos and
Deep and
right?
Sir, I unmuted, but what can
Please.
let him complete the. So, sir, few days back, I was working on my solar plexus.
Right.
So, in between, I kind of pressure under my ribs from the front side. So, solar plexus with the sound, a proper sound of that is uttered for. So next day morning, when after practicing, I feel after that there was no pressure, and maybe there was some problem. Felt, I don't know, there was some problem in my pancreas. So that was healed uttering for the solar plexus.
Amazing.
So second thing, your screen lightning, very nice.
Thank
And
you.
I had the realization of the sound healing.
Great.
I will add to your that George Washington, when he was small boy, he was going to the school and studying in a humble school. He was not very rich. He was studying in a very poverty below level school. He had to do the works of the servants and peons. So his duty was to ring the bell during the recess period. So when I will become the president of America,
Yes.
every time, whenever I used to ring the bell, I used to utter the history. So he
Exactly.
became the.
Thanks for enlightening us. Good luck that you can understand that what is this, how sound helps your solar plexus. You experience some pain and it healed. Thank you.
Sir, one thing I have one question. Is this the intention of the healer and the intention of the person also who wants healing?
That intention of the in different therapies, it matters that there should be intention of the person who is receiving the healing. But sound healing is such a thing. Even person don't have the intention, his brain will get entrained. He will get the healing. He will receive the healing. But if he believes that is good, otherwise in first session He just has to come and he has to just experience. So it's important if he believes in these kind of things, that my intentions are there, I can put these intentions, the work will done better, the healing will done better, it will take less time. But even if doesn't have the intentions, he doesn't know the science, he doesn't know the he doesn't believe also, then also sound will work. It's like gravitation. Someone believes the gravitation, doesn't believe sound is
And
like this.
sir, my daughter is 9 years old and she is Down syndrome. Well, what do you think? She is a mild case, touch wood, and but she is having problem in learning, having problem because of the poor muscle tone. Do you think with what will you say? What will you suggest with sound healing? Her muscle tone will improve, and to do her to run. She can't run. She can walk comfortably. She can't ride bicycle. She gets so much of load on her. What will you suggest? Will it?
Suggest you that if good sound healer around you is there, take 4 or 5 sessions with them. It will work. I don't say that, but the things which will work, which will change her muscle tone and other things. Yes,
She's having speech also. Her speech 5% unclarity is there. Speech will also. What will you suggest? It will improve.
it will affect, but try to reach at 100%. Accept
That
few
is
things.
true.
Given us some divine child, so sometimes we as a parent want to work to reach to the 100%. Being accept the things. There are few cases also there where we have to accept. There are few things where we can work. So where we can work, the muscle tone we can work. Other we have to accept. So my best wishes are to you that as a mother, as a parent, we all should strive for they should be functional, but there is something we have to accept.
I understood your point, sir. Based? You are in
Pardon?
which city? You are in which
Uh,
city?
I am in Ahmedabad, and we usually travel. I will share my PPT also right now. Let me share my PPT that we are going to have the 4 months back. Previously, we were having the sessions only in Ahmedabad, but right now we are traveling because we have the workshop in different cities and different dates are there.
Okay.
So if someone want to contact 95-127-88878, and dates of different cities are also given: Bangalore, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Delhi. Is in UAE. After that, Hyderabad. We have not displayed here. So if for Hyderabad, it's in March.
Okay. Sir, one more thing. Which book you suggested now? Power versus, you said everyone agreed. What
For
was that?
sound healing, I did not suggest you any book, but the chart I have
Okay.
taken for the vibration. That chart is taken from the power
Versus?
force.
Sorry.
Force.
Force. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vivek. Thank you very much. So sound healing is a very vast subject. We can't learn the sound healing just in one day and just in 1 hour. But if you want to become a sound healer and learn more about the sound healer, you can join our workshop also. That is a healing workshop. You will get the healing also and practice the giving healing to. Yes, last question, Deepji.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dr. Saab. So
Very good afternoon.
my question is little bit technical. Yeah, I've taken few sessions of sound healing and it really worked. I had severe backache problem, sciatica problem, and I got healed with this. So I took this session in there for a few years. In fact, I worked there.
Super.
And then in Rishikesh, I took few sessions and it really worked. So my question is, when I spoke to the healers, they say that for different diseases, they produce different frequencies. Like for my back pain, when I was taking sessions, I was told that the therapist, he's working with different frequencies for the particular, not understand the technicality behind it, but how do you gauge it? How do you make it out that this is the frequency they're playing at the right time, you know? And second thing is, I was told that for my particular problem, balls which are the 2 frequencies does better than the 440 frequencies. And I don't think there is any measurement with which you can check that whether these balls are made with those frequencies. So my question is a little bit technical. If you can
Great.
answer it, I will be
Amazing,
ready.
amazing question. Amazing question. That this is the very technical question, and this is the very important question also. Because when we are, it doesn't just play a single frequency.
Right.
Like your guitar has a certain kind of frequency because it's tuned at certain frequencies.
Sure.
But your drums,
Yeah,
can't be tuned.
exactly.
the singing bowls are not the like guitar. They are like the drums. Number one. Number two, it's not that they are producing the different frequencies, but they can be tuned. Tones A, B, C, A plus,
I
F for
understand.
the heart. So, like it's also I will should say that it's also Western concept. A, B, C, F for the heart. But I'm not against anything. But yes, frequency are there. When F is there, it's more working with the heart chakra,
Okay.
right? So when A is there, then I am more working on the crown chakra,
Okay.
right? But in F, it's not working with the solar plexus,
Okay.
right? So when I am playing certain frequencies that I am using these kind of balls, it's not the healer is producing the vibrations or the frequencies of different kinds. He is using different kind of balls or tuning forks. Like tuning forks, we can have the same frequency. Like you can have the tuning forks of 432, you can have the tuning fork of 440, you can have the like planetary tuning fork also, which has a particular frequency.
Right.
But bowls can't be of same frequency.
So that
It
it
produces
means,
multiple frequencies.
so
Tuning
it means
fork can have.
so it means that most of the healers I have gone through, so they fool people.
I don't. I can't say that.
Okay.
As a scientific person, as a spiritual person, I can't say that. I can tell that how I perceive. Today, I know this because of knowledge, because of research, because of other things, right? If someone is not telling you something or he has studied like this, if I say the same thing, Deep, that doctors
Correct.
doesn't know how placebo works. It doesn't mean the doctor is fooling you. It means he doesn't know.
No, but if somebody is if somebody is claiming to be an expert in this thing, and this is a very basic question I'm asking, it's not something. And moreover, thing, if you are claiming that you are producing different frequencies from the same ball for different diseases, so then you should be, I mean, you should be able to answer this technically. You know, if I also play
Scientifically,
balls, sir,
scientifically, with this bowl, I can't produce a different frequencies.
that is what my question is. That is my question is, because I do also play balls. I have my own set. I do give sessions to myself only.
Super.
I have not yet come to that stage that I can give to others because I have to learn more and but the thing is, I just wanted to know how it is possible from a single ball to give to emit different frequencies by playing differently. Is
Sometimes
it
there is confusion between sound frequency and the decibel also. With these bowls, like if
yeah,
I'm playing softly, it's a 10 decibel. If I'm
right, right,
playing hard, it's 50 decibels. I
yes,
know.
yeah,
This is 80 decibel, right?
yes,
So sometimes person get confused with the decibels. They know that they are producing the decibels. Hertz is something very scientific. Deep, just for you only, that for other
yeah.
persons also. We should understand that some technical terms are not known to each other. Myself is a doctor. I am a scientific person. I know the difference between hertz and decibels.
I understand.
So my only thing is that the person who is telling this thing, he may be telling something else. He didn't express. So I will never say that someone doesn't know. Everyone is amazing. Whatever who is doing, wherever they are doing the amazing work. Who is working for the humanity? Who is working for the planet? Who is working for the this universal vibrations? They are doing the amazing jobs.
That's wonderful.